During the summertime, I can't help but take advantage of all the fresh herbs and sweet seasonal produce available. But I also don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. That's why I wanted to make today my summer veggie spaghetti. It's a lighter and fresher take on traditional spaghetti, but the bonus is that it's really easy to make. So come on, grab your fresh basil and I'll show you how to make this. Hi friends, it's really good to be back for season 3. This is our first episode, and as you could tell, the theme of this season is simply summer fresh. So I thought I would start it off with a summer spaghetti, and all you're gonna need for that is spaghetti, zucchini, grape or cherry tomatoes, crushed red pepper flakes, feta cheese, olive oil, garlic, lemon juice, and fresh basil. So I already sliced up a pint of cherry tomatoes. You can use cherry or grape, it's interchangeable. I actually switch it up sometimes. I just have them and they're so sweet this time of year. And then I have 2 garlic cloves that I just sliced thinly. And while I am chopping, I guess I'll get my basil going. And there's no measurement for the basil, just use as much of it as you want. But the more you use, the more fragrant and delicious it will be. I know your first instinct is probably to just bring it home from the store and pop it in your fridge, right? Well, instead of doing that, put it in a little bit of water, and then you just take one of these like produce bags that you grabbed your basil or other produce in, and you cover it up like this. This makes its own little greenhouse, and then I keep it somewhere not too warm because my kitchen tends to be warm, so I'll throw it in the dining room behind me, and then it'll just stay fresh. Make sure you change the water out every day though. Man, the smell of basil makes me salivate. I just stack them up and I'm just gonna julienne them. So you chop off the tops and the bottoms of a large zucchini. What we're gonna do is mimic the feeling of having more noodles. I'm gonna use less spaghetti since I wanna keep this a little bit lighter, but I'm gonna use zucchini as kind of like a supplement to that spaghetti that we're missing. So I'm just gonna use a vegetable peeler and make little thin ribbons. As you can see, I'm kind of just going around the zucchini, and then I don't care if some of them are shorter, it's all the same. Now you can keep going if you want to, but when I get to the seedy core, I kind of stop, and you can use this for a saute or something else later. If you have one of those cool noodler things to make zucchini noodles, go ahead, by all means use that. You know, the little core thing that just makes really long strands of zucchini noodles. I think that's awesome. I just don't have one. And believe it or not, all your chopping and prepping is done. So let's head over to the stove. I have a pot of boiling water on the stove, and make sure it's nicely salted so that that flavor goes into the spaghetti. Usually I start off my pan hot, but in this case, I want to infuse the olive oil with garlic and red pepper. So we're gonna start off with a cold pan, and you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're just gonna add our 2 cloves of garlic and a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Oh, the little basil jumped in there, but that's all right. Once you smell this garlic, it gets all like toasty and aromatic, that's when you know you're in business. Ideally, by the time everything is ready in this pan, so is your spaghetti. My timing was just a little off, so I just made sure to turn this off so my garlic didn't burn, but it smells unbelievable. You know, a typical box of spaghetti is a pound, so you're just gonna use 1/4 of it so that we use 1/4 pound of spaghetti. So we're just gonna cook this until al dente, so it's cooked through but just a little bit firm to the bite, and then I'm gonna start my tomato sauce. Spaghetti is almost ready, so it's a good time to start my sauce. I have the heat back on. I'm gonna add our halved pint of cherry tomatoes with any juice that comes out. S&P, you know me. I said that one time and Joe says that to me every single time now. And you're gonna do this for literally a minute, and you just wanna see the skin start to wilt a little bit, but still hold their shape, because I kinda don't like it when it gets cooked down way too much. I snuggled up my pot closer to my pan, and I'm not too worried about shaking the excess water off, because I do want a little bit of, like a splash of the pasta starchy cooking water to go into the pan. And as you can tell, the tomatoes are definitely not wilted down much. And the noodles themselves have a slight seasoning to them because I did salt my water, my cooking water, very nicely. A splash of fresh lemon juice. This just kind of pops the flavor and it reminds me of summer. I mean, what's summer without lemons? About a tablespoon. You can add more to taste. I'm just going to turn this off the heat. This is why I love this tomato sauce. It's so quick cooking. Now you're gonna add this whole big zucchini hair. What you're gonna do is just let the residual heat of the spaghetti kind of warm it up. I'm not gonna toss it too much because the zucchini ribbons are so thin that they actually do cook very quickly, and then they'll turn almost too mushy, you know, like too soft, too cooked. And then you're gonna adjust for seasoning with some salt and pepper with this. Now all you're just gonna do is just add in your fragrant basil. I'm gonna hold some back so I could put it on the top of the bowls at the end. And then the last touch is some salty, delicious crumbled feta cheese. And I don't have a measurement for this. You're just gonna put as little or as much as you want. Tell me that that doesn't look scrumptious. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take it over to plate and we're gonna taste it. Joe is back for season 3 by popular demand.
I'm back.
We asked you in season 2 if he should continue to eat in front of the camera. You guys said yes, so he's here.
So I'm here to enjoy the food together.
Yes, so let's dig in.
This thing smells delicious.
Yeah, because it's so fragrant. So fresh and simple. Tastes so clean, simple, and fresh.
I think clean is the best way to describe it.
And it looks like there wasn't a whole lot going on to make the seasoning in the sauce, but it was just enough.
Tasty veggie dish.
And speaking of veggie, do you even mind that it's vegetarian?
Nope, I don't miss the meat at all.
Husband approved. I think it's perfect for this time of year. It's a great way to jumpstart your summer. For substitutions, you could always just make zucchini noodles. So just use all zucchini. I wouldn't do the vegetable shaver thing. I would do the whole, like, if you have that zucchini noodle tool thing to make long strands. Or you could also use spaghetti squash. You can have a little bit more fun with it. You can add sweet summer corn. Do whatever you want. Also, instead of feta cheese, you can substitute by using salty Parmesan cheese. Anything that will add that little pop of nutty flavor. You could see that it took so quick to cook. There was no time at all to make, or no time at all really to film. So we hope you enjoy it. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to check out our behind the scenes. We'll leave a link for you. So if you enjoyed watching this, then remember to push like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Simple, fresh, easy, perfect. You know, this kind of tastes good a little bit cold too, right?
Mine isn't cold. What are you talking about?